Hello, YouTube modeling community. This is Rusty Roeder with the final on Project Shorty. As you remember, it is a 1967 F-250 4x4. Now, the background story, in case anybody's forgot or just started watching at this point, this is a replica build of a real truck, a real one-to-one. The gentleman's name is Justin. I'll have his link down in this video. You guys can go check out his Instagram page for all the pictures of the real truck. The story that his father designed and built this truck, and you know, since then his father has passed away, and this truck was built for Justin. Just old school 4x4, you know, not Bigfoot, not just a standard stock 4x4, but the big beefy four-wheel drives you'd see cruising around, especially when I was young. This is what you'd see all the time. People buy a truck, they lifted it up, put big tires on it. Some souped up the engine, some just would put headers and a 4-barrel on it, and you know, out cruising they go. And they would take it off in the trails. Now this is just a street queen show truck. It doesn't see mud or anything like that. But when I came across the pictures on Instagram, I immediately fell in love with it, and I started looking. I started following him. Started looking through all the pictures, and I started thinking, you know, I could build this, or build it close to. Now it is not exact 100% to the T, a replica. Now if I wanted to take it and make it a 2-3 year build, I could have had some better quality work, I guess, mainly, and then I would have had some better parts instead of scratch building. But this build took me almost a year, off and on. It's got a lot of metal parts. They were all scratch built. A lot of 3D printed parts, and then, you know, just my little magic touch on it to make it look as good as possible. And some custom decals were made. So let's talk about all the people that helped in this, one way or the other. First and foremost, thank you to Justin for accepting my offer on wanting to build this, communicating with me, sent me just a slew of pictures, commented on everything, reposted it for me on his channel. You know, that's what makes it really fun, and kind of, you know, if it never brought a trophy, that makes it all worthwhile. When the owner of the real vehicle is enthralled and amazed by what you do and how good it looks and how close it looks to the real thing, that's kind of, you know, why I do it anyways. Secondly, Ryan Jones, Z-Force Model Works. Big thank you to him. He designed the tires and the wheels. They're one-off. They match the real trucks to the T, 100%. He also designed the back bumper, even though I modified it a little bit from a Chevy bumper to a Ford bumper, but it had the most realistic looking diamond plating on it, which the real truck has. Also, Ryan Jones designed the grille. Beautiful piece, guys. Once I got that chromed, let it cure, I added the red pinstriping decal to the center of the grille. It looks perfect, absolutely perfect. We also have Ernest Spunky 739 that designed the marker lights, the original grille emblem. I will be using on other builds. It's just to get this one just right, I went with Ryan Jones's grille. He also designed all the shocks on it, and they're painted to match just like the real truck. STS decals for the custom decal for the glove box. Remember, it was a two-part one. It was a chrome strip and then the letters that say Ranger. It was to me, it was a very important piece of detail that be in there, especially for people that look in, even though it's, you know, it's finicky and teeny tiny, it's still there. Ernest also designed the Christmas tree air fresheners that are hanging from that. MGSF, Modeling Parts for Modelers, who designed the ignition switch, the tumbler, and the key, and the valve stems that are in the wheels. So they're, you know, big conglomeration of different people that usually come to our aid and help us a lot here on this channel. And I will try my best. I'm not always good at it, but getting everybody's link down below. All these guys, you should go give them a follow. Watch what they do, watch what they make, watch what they talk about, or listen to what they talk about. Because, you know, this community here on YouTube, this is a big melting pot of knowledge. Whether they're beginners, mediocre, experienced, and way advanced. I've learned from a beginner, and I've learned from the most advanced. There's always something you can learn, a new technique, style, tools, all that kind of stuff. So YouTube has really kind of opened up the gateway to everything we need to know about modeling. The paints are, again, it's PPG, so they are real car paints. They are real OEM match paint. The only difference is on the real truck, when it was repainted, it was painted pearlized. So the aqua, teal, whatever, I don't know the exact color name, it was made into a pearl. The white is a two-step pearl paint, so it's a base coat of white, which is the actual OEM white, and then pearl white over top of that to give the look of the real truck. We also used Vallejo, Tamiya, whatever you want to call it, testers, the little enamels. What else did we use? We used Molotow, and that's pretty much about it, about paints. Quickly into the scratch building. Once you look at it, we're going to go real slow, so make sure you watch this video from beginning to end, guys, because if not, you're going to miss out on the detail and, you know, what the truck looks like done. I scratch built the radio antenna. It's all metal. I scratch built the side steps. Those are all metal. The exhaust is all metal, including the header flanges. And this was made back in the very beginning when I was mocking everything up, so the flanges line up like they're supposed to, and everything else. We drilled out the end of the pipes to make it look like it's hollow exhaust. All the U-bolts, nuts and washers, and bolt heads are all scratch built. The bolt heads are a 3D printed item, but I've scratch built a lot of them too. All the brake lines are ran, all the fuel lines are ran. The fuel lines all were scratch made. The inline fuel filter, all the clamps that hold the hose to the frame, those were all scratch built. I scratch built the coil underneath the hood. I scratch built the power steering pump and lines and gearbox. All the front steering linkage and everything else is all scratch built. The leaf springs were modified. And remember, we used two kits. We used the 1970 Mobius long bed 4-wheel drive, and we used the short bed 2-wheel drive 1970 Mobius truck, and then of course retrofitted a 67 grill into it. I re-etched all the panel lines. I even etched in the detail lines down the chrome trim and blackened those in. We added styrene strips around the back window to make it bump out a little bit more. We scratch built all the pieces of chrome trim on the back of the tailgate. It is a decal on the tailgate because I'm not that good that I could have done the chrome around the letters like the real truck has. Differentiate between the brushed aluminum flat area and then the chrome trim around that. On these little models, it's kind of hard to see all that unless you're got really great eyes and you're up close and personal. But you know, all that was put in. Everything was pre-drilled as far as where mirrors go, door handles. We even used the 250 badges for the hood. What else did we scratch build on this thing? And if you guys remember, also Spunky designed the front license plate. I stripped all the chrome, I re-chromed everything. The truck got bumped off and it broke into quite a few pieces. Thankfully, it was nothing major. It hadn't been into paint yet. And it didn't break nothing major. So it was very easy to go in and repair it. But in the process, I know when the tires had come off and wheels, and I was like, it broke clean and free. So I was like, well, why don't I just leave that off? And then I can display it with one of the wheels off, just for giggles, you know. I'm super proud of this one. I can't wait to take it to a show. Is it perfect? No, it's not perfect. There is some flubs here and there, but nothing really major that would keep me from taking it to a show. It's got just as good a chance as anything else. Whatchamacallit? I still got to get a little jack stand. I want to paint that to match the truck, and I'll put that underneath the differential when I do display it without the tire on it. And we'll take the tire off and you'll get to see what I'm talking about. You'll notice when we turn the camera around, the windshield's a little hazy. That's not due to any glue or anything else. It's just from all the contact, so I got to wait for everything to get good and dry, because I just finished this minutes ago. And then I'll get in there like I normally do with Q-tips, and I'll polish the inside of the windshield up and the outside of it really good. I still need to put a final coat of wax on there, but I wanted to get on here and show it. I also stay to the very end of the video. All my builds for this year, which is not a lot, guys, I'm sorry for, that will be at the very end. The Mustang didn't get done. I had quite a few things I wasn't expecting to have to do that I had to do, so it took up a lot of time. But we'll show you real quick so you guys can see me making the windshield, and it needs to be polished out too. It's not going to be 100% perfect, but it's better than what I had. The roll cage fits in it now. The interior tub fits in it, lines up exactly where it needs to go, so I'm good to really roll and start finishing up on this. And the next thing will be getting all the carbon fiber done. Then we can start getting things put back in, all the details ran where they need to ran. So it's probably about a week from being done, but we'll tackle that right after the first of the year, and we're going to start on a new project. And then when the Mustang's done, we'll start on another partial project, so on and so forth. That's how we'll go all next year. As I have time, it'll be new project after new project, and after a partially done one is finished, we'll start another partially done. That way we can kind of get caught up on everything, and then we can start fresh. And because I'm OCD as all can be, I see another model and I start thinking of ways, and then I want to get it down and go on it while I'm thinking about it, and that's how things go unfinished. So we've got it in the photo booth. I'm going to get this turned around and get you turned around. You guys can start looking on the turntable, but we'll take our time and we'll get in here. You guys can see, very shiny. Yep, there's the step guards. Those are scratch built. You see the little valve stems. Those are from MGSF. And got something to clean up here on this tire. I don't know what it is, but we'll take care of that after this. Not a big deal. Door handles are on. There's the scratch made antenna. Mirrors are on. You can kind of see that black going down the side of the chrome there on the body molding. The black in the grooves on the rocker plates. You can see in there, you can see the brake line, the shock. See how well designed those wheels are. And I took the time to detail everything out. We'll gently pick it up here and turn it. Now you guys can see the new grille installed. That's how it's supposed to look. So it turned out fantastic. You can see, even though I cleared over those letters, they're still shiny. So that's really good. Front bumper, it's not too shiny, not too dull. And you can kind of see the haze on that windshield. It just needs to be cleaned. There's nothing wrong with it. I've cleaned it a couple times, and from handling it and touching it, it's got to go back and get cleaned again. But Take a look at the driver's side. Here's the step, tires and wheels. See that? There's the decals from another Mobius kit for the Ranger. Got a little splotch here we need to clean up too. All these, there's nothing wrong with the paint. There's just stuff from touching it, and it'll all come off. That's the power of mineral spirits. There's the tailgate. Like I said, there's a double chrome strip here, one on this side. This piece was added in. This piece was removed and then added in, so it all matched the same level. And the decal. There's that bumper. Of course, my personal tag. Now, you know, it could have been a lot neater and cleaner and nicer, but my God, it looks so good. You guys really stepped it up the last video on this, the semifinal. I've got almost 1,500 views. I gained 60 new subscribers, so thank you to everybody out there that subscribed to my channel. All I can do is contribute it to this truck, the time of the year, and everything else. So still, I thank everybody. Keep it going. We're just trying to build this channel the best we can. We'll take a look at underneath the hood real quick. You can kind of see there's the scratch-built solenoid, wires are ran, battery, hose clamps on the radiator hoses, heater hoses, spark plug wires, the brake lines are into the master cylinder, vacuum booster goes into the intake behind the air cleaner. We polish that air cleaner out to make it nice and shiny. Power steering pump down in there. It's even got a handle on it, so you can check it. It does come out, but I don't take it out. It also has a dipstick. It's hard to see with all that detail in there, but power steering lines are ran down there to the gearbox, which is scratch built. And then we're going to carefully put this up on its side, and you guys can take a look underneath. Now I'm going to get up really close, get my finger out of the way. Maybe. Well, it's not going to... Sorry guys about that little blip. I guess I hit the wrong button. But here you can see the brake lines ran. The emergency brake lines are ran. All the brackets for the shocks are scratch made. Again, all the brake lines are. We get down here, you can see the fuel line coming out of the bottom where the fuel tank would be. I'm going to pick it up so I can tip it up. And then you guys can see the fuel filter right there in line. There's the little brackets holding the fuel line, then it goes up to the fuel pump. The transmission is a 3D printed transmission. The front drive shaft is scratch built using 3 different drive shafts. All the exhaust is metal, including the flanges. Emergency brake cable goes up through the floorboard. There's the front brake lines. And you can see some of those U-bolts right there. I don't want to get too close, it'll blur. There we go. All those plates and brackets were all scratch built. It does have nuts and bolts. It's going to be hard to see them because they're so small. You can see them there, right there. Real nuts and bolts on every shackle bolt. All the brackets for the front shock are scratch built. The headers came from a different kit and were rusted up because the real truck's headers are rusted. We'll take this tire off now. And she'll stand on all 3. But that'll give you the detail you can see on the hub and the rotor and caliper. And then you can see the brake line going up. There's a portioning block right there, that little gold thing. And it goes from there across and under and up and over to the other side. They pretty much ran exactly how they should be, with a few bends here and there that probably aren't correct, but good enough. I absolutely love this truck. I mean, that wheel goes on super easy. It's going to be hard to do with one hand, but there we go. Push it on there. You can look at underneath the front suspension. Just, to me, worth $1 million. See if we can get in there and see. I guess not. It's not going. There we go. Now it's letting me zoom. Let me give it a minute to focus. Oh, it's just too dark in there for it to focus. See if I can get up closer, maybe. Nope. But you can see in there, in the interior, the knobs. All the knobs were replaced. There's the Christmas trees hanging. Those are all sewing pins, push pins. It's got a photo etch stereo plate. But I rebuilt the whole dash. Rebuilt the whole dash to match the real truck. So, you know, or match as close as I could get it anyways, for as small as it is. But the interior is all built, painted, flocked, according to the real truck. And now it's just time to pretty much let everything dry. I'll come back and give it a good polish, get the windshield and the back window cleaned real good, get a display case ordered for it. Meanwhile, it'll go in the big display case just to keep the dirt and dust off of it. And we'll be bringing this with us to a show whenever we can get to a show. We'll get everything touched up, cleaned up, polished. We may come back and visit it then, take a look at it. Not sure. We'll just see how it goes. But again, I want to thank everybody for watching the last video, especially the last video and this video. Let's see if we can double the numbers. Why not? Crazier things have happened. We got almost 1,500 views. Let's see if we can get 3,000 views. Let's see if we can get 50 comments, maybe 60 comments. Let's break the bank and get 100 comments. Even if it's just saying nice job, just a comment, thumbs up to equal the comments. Watch the video from the beginning to the end. That helps tremendously. All my videos fall short. Average view time is 5 to 6 minutes. I don't get that, but which means you're not really watching the video to see what it's all about and where it's going. So let's try that on this one. We're gonna cut this off here in a second. That way it's not too long. Happy New Year to everybody. Hope 2025 is going to be an awesome year for the country, for all of us as individuals. And yeah, hope y'all have some great plans. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. Don't smoke and drive. Be smart. And kick off the new year with a model. If you're ever in doubt, saying, oh, I can't do that, hey, contact me. I'll be glad to take you step by step. There's plenty of tutorials out there from other guys that do step by step on tools to get, paints to use, all that stuff, and step by step and how to do it. I would rather talk to you, answer questions, give you my suggestions, and then you can just kind of keep me in the loop on what you're doing, and I can give you pointers as you go, whatever. The option is still open. If you guys ever want to send a model to me, you contact me via my DMs down there. They'll have my email. I will build it on the channel, and I will ship the model back to you. No questions asked, no fees, no money involved. We'd have to discuss everything that you want. We start getting into super high detail, then I may make you purchase those things and send them to me via the mail, and then I'll put them on. But we're going to try to work with what we have in the shop, and whatever you decide to send that way. Just go pick out your model. If you got a favorite car you've always been, and you can't build models, or you don't know how, and you don't want to, you don't have the time to, and you want a nice looking model to put on your shelf, contact me. We'll figure it out. It's just coming up with new content and not being subject to the big guys on having 8 million sponsors or having endless funds in my pockets. That makes it hard for me to really do that. I kind of just work, I buy what I want and what I need, and that's what I deal with. But I thought it was a good thing to offer it, because most of the people talk to me, well, I just don't have the patience for that. I couldn't do that, and I don't have the time to do that. Well, this is the opportunity, kind of a lifetime. Contact me. I'll give you my mailing information. You send it to me. You collect what parts before you send it to me. When it gets here, we'll start it. I'm not holding it to any certain time frame, because we all know life interjects all the time, and I don't like being on time crunch. And they will be done in order that I receive them. So, and I probably won't accept any more than maybe 5 or 6, because that's going to take at least a year or more to get all those done, for the way I build. But yeah, it's an option if you guys want it. Again, just let me know in the DMs. If you got any questions, leave them down in the comments. Let me know what you think about it. Again, I'll try to have all the links to everybody down in the descriptions, so you can go check out their channels and go check out the real truck. I think I did a pretty good job. You guys can let me know what you think. This is a very much labor of love into this, and I'm very proud of it, even with its little flaws that it has. And most of it's all human error. There is no, the kit didn't go together right. The only issue is the windshield's always fitting these things super tight, and I got carried away and I cracked the windshield. Thankfully, we got one on the way to replace, so I can build that one. And we got the other one in and painted, and now we just need to get it cleaned up. So again, Happy New Year's to everybody. Please enjoy the builds. I think we only got 5 done this year, but they all turned out really nice, and I'm proud of them all, even though 3 of them won't be here. So I actually only built 2. Wait a minute, maybe I only got 4 done. Might be getting ahead of myself. Got the truck done, a Mustang done, and 2 Impalas. Oh, and a T-Bird. That's right, there is 5. So, like I said, stay tuned to the end. There'll be a little slideshow showing a couple pictures of each, and then we'll be back after the first of the year with an update video on the Pro Street Mustang. That was for Dylan's group build. It's not going to get done this year, unfortunately. I tried my best. I just couldn't get in here to get it done. But that's going to be another awesome build when it's done. So be watching. Hit that bell notification. You'll know when those videos, or all my videos, come out. If you're new, go back and check out all my videos from the past. They're all there in the archive. You can watch each and every one of them. And then we'll see you on the next one. This is Rusty Rotor. I'm out.